Merritt, do you have something like you could show your balancing out for one day, like from last week or something? So those are the lodge. I'm sorry, hang on. So Jason, those are the lodgement numbers where the group number is. And what happens in this portion of it is she'll enter her group number, then she'll enter the date that she wants to balance. And then it generates a receipt number. And then that receipt number is, okay, go, you can cancel out of there. I just kind of wanted to show them those steps, Merritt. And then that receipt number that's generated gets pulled over to, go to the reports, Merritt. And like you're gonna send it over to Treasury. So it's the BSD cash receipt. You have to do your end date too, Merritt.
No, this one doesn't let me, not for the daily.
No, yeah. But you want to make, yeah, there you go.
Sorry, I'm at the counter, so I'm not.
Okay, that should work, right? Do 4, you have 1 over there, see that? And you should have 4 1.
Yeah.
Okay, now you should be able to generate it. Hit OK at the bottom.
Sorry, I'm at the counter. I only have one screen here, so I'm trying to.
Okay, so the lower, there you go. There you go.
It didn't work. Hold on, let me.
You have to type in your lodgement number, don't you, Merritt?
Yeah, that's why. Let me see. Okay, there we go.
Okay.
I didn't have anything to first, so I'm just.
Do you have something where you balanced from? Can you pick a date that you actually balanced something so I can show them with what happens in Desktop?
Let me look at another date. Hold on.
So look, if you go back to, Merritt, if you go back to the Cashier Module, where you, okay, and you just put the date, or group name at the top, your group number, right over to the left, there you go, down 1. Go, don't put any date, just leave the date blank, but go to the group number in the bigger screen, right where your arrow was, right there. Okay, put fire prevention, and then just hit search. Just hit search. Okay, so pick one. Okay, so Jason, right there you see these are the dates that she's balanced, and then EnerGov generates that cash receipt number.
Okay.
So then Merritt, just pick one of those dates that has a cash receipt number. So you could do any date you want. Do the 3/31/20 and then run your cash report for that date. You don't need to do that. You just need, okay. There you go. So it was 3/20. And I think it was 3/20, wasn't it? Or was it 3/31? I don't know.
3/31. Yeah, here it is.
Okay, there it is. Okay, good. So so that cash receipt number is generated from EnerGov. Can you blow that page up, love? Okay. And then it shows the GL numbers. It shows cash, check, credit card, if she would have taken that in. And then that's how we close out at the end of the day in the Cashier Module. So okay. I don't know what relationship, I mean, why it has to generate that cash receipt number, but it does. And that's separate from obviously the invoices and stuff. So that's one portion of the Cashier Module. And then Merritt, go in and add a miscellaneous fee from here. So you got to close out of that and then add edit Cashier Module. And then add fee at the bottom. And then just do the release of non-compliance or BNS copies. I don't care any one of those. Put one in there, I guess. So these are the miscellaneous fees I was talking about that we have in that drop down. And then this is how we apply the for fees that aren't associated to permits or cases. So can you show me in Desktop how this functionality will work?
Okay, so the miscellaneous fees can be added in, and they will be adding in similar to as well. When you go through the invoice, you can hit add miscellaneous fee when you're adding things to the invoice, and it won't be tied like they're not fees that get tied to the permit. It's fees that get tied to the invoice, similar to this. So that could be done. I got kicked out of the Forta client while I was doing this when I was listening in there at one point. Hold on one second while I get back in so I can try to show you exactly how that works. Okay, hold on one second.
Hey, Annmarie, any movement on your computer?
I still see the desktop.
What I mean is, sorry, I'm talking about the with IT helping you get your computer access.
Oh, no, not yet. Nothing.
Okay,
But I haven't been at work to check my emails, and I don't have my work emails on my phone or my home computer.
You should be able to access them if you just if you have a computer home, go to login.microsoftonline.com and just log in with your usual credentials, and you can see your Outlook email online. I can send you the URL if you like.
I'll message you, Kurt.
Yeah, I'm getting my email. I'm not connected to the city network either, but I'm getting my email. I'll send it to you.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so I'm gonna ask for me to get. Oh, I can. Thank you. Awesome. Thank you. Everyone can see my screen now?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So yes, you can add fees, and so just an example here, the module is just for the cashiering. So you can just add it like you were doing. That's the same type of fee. That's one of those miscellaneous fees that'll populate through there. Hold on one second. Let me. And from the first part about adding, like searching for the, was it the cash receipts? I think that's what it was called, right? Correct, Annmarie?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay.
And I'm wondering if in the new version, or I guess I have two questions with that.
Okay.
I'm wondering what was the need for the cash receipts in the desktop version?
Mm-hmm.
Like, why did we have to do that? And was it because of the Aggresso EnerGov connection, or and do we even have to do that in this new version?
I don't think you have to have just cash receipts in the new version, since if I go to the reports for that cashiering, or it's called transaction reports. The transaction reports, if I look at them, and I took an extra look at them, I mean, there is a cashiering, audit report. So it shows all there is a way to show all cashiering, this is for all payments though going on. That's what it looks like from here. And then there's a daily transaction. So, I mean, we could be able to group it if you wanted to, if you just want to see a certain type of, how it's getting paid, what the fee type is. If that's what you want to do, I don't know how far you want to get into.
We would probably want it by office or lodgement, for lack of a better term. How would we know if we have this big, huge, everybody's for the days cash reports, if we balanced or not, or if we don't balance, how can we just narrow it down to like building and safety, for instance, to go back in and see what we missed, or did we punch it in wrong, or something like that? Or, sometimes we'll get a credit card because we have to run the credit cards through the credit card machine, and we may punch in, a wrong number, and then the credit cards don't balance against the EnerGov end of day receipt or cash receipt that we run. And that's how we know to go in and try to figure out where that error is. How would we do that with this?
So I think what we're going to have to do is just add that extra filtering level that we're doing even for all the other permit reports, since we get that filter report, that filter in there currently set up for, I mean, it's going to be built in for that. So each department has their own, it'll only see their permits. And so if we add an extra filter on there, just like, it's from the side, and you just pick your group number, that's where it would be. That's what I'm thinking. That's how it's going to work the best way. So like, as you're running your reports, so like, as you said, your lodgements, we could do it by, and the lodgements is going to be using the offices. And so you want, my question is, will people be assigned multiple offices?
No.
That's my only issue. So,
no,
I mean, I'm sorry, lodgements, I meant to say, yeah, lodgements. They won't be assigned multiple lodgements.
No. So
yeah, what
right
we do
now,
is
I'm sorry, go ahead.
What we do is we assign each user that's going to be, taking in payments, or anyone that's going to be in that, we can set up their lodgement or their office for that example. That way, when they run the reports, you can run a report just for the overall lodgement, and then you can run a report for that user as well. You can run it for both. If that makes any sense.
No, that does. That's good.
So we can use the, like, I'll have to go through here and try to look at what we have from that report you just showed, and pick, try to find what's the best one for standard, and then add that extra layer of having it grouped by office. And that's just, a small little tweak to the standard report for that. Once we, find out which one would be best for that.
Right. And then I don't know if there's anybody there who is familiar with Desktop at Tyler Technology, but I'm curious to know what the significance was of that cash receipt, and will we need that moving forward? Because it's completely different from the desktop version to this version, and I just want to make sure we don't miss that bit. I mean, if we don't need it, fine, and I'm just hung up on it, that's fine. I totally understand that. I just know that was significant. We couldn't balance at the end of the day unless we ran and got that cash receipt number.
Okay. All right, I'm going to ask the person who's heading up the Aggresso meetings with Kurt and Jennifer. His name is Andrew Plonsky. And I'm going to ask him about just the cash receipts themselves.
Number. Yeah, just the number.
Just the number? Okay.
Yeah, why desktop version you had to have that number generated at the end of each day before you could close out and balance.
Hi guys, it's Jennifer from Treasury, and yes, that number is needed for us to do the import. That actually in the Aggresso import process, it requires that we enter that number in to bring that specific file in.
Okay. And so that number just gets generated every time at the end of the day, you just run your receipts, right? Correct? That's like running like, your till transactions kind of a thing. Is that how?
Right. So that first part of the process that Merritt was showing you, where she enters her lodgement, she enters the date, and then she hits the cash receipt button, and it generates a cash receipt for everybody, one cash receipt for all of the people who are logged in under that lodgement.
Okay. Well, we could do that, and then we could. I got to talk to him about that. If that's what's needed, then we got to figure out how we're going to run that cash receipt number, where it's going to. So there's a receipt number. That's not the overall receipt number, and I know what you're talking about. Okay. I'll make sure that gets added in, and figure out how to add that in into the to create like a continuing counting number.
Right. Or if it's not needed, explain to us how it's going to work moving forward with the ties into Aggresso.
Okay. Okay. All right. And then the other thing about those miscellaneous fees, I can get those added in, and those can be. My only question about that though is, so those miscellaneous fees, if they're already closed, if they already paid for all their things, like let's say they already paid, they paid their fees for that, and they closed that invoice, do those miscellaneous fees get added then, or when do they get added? That's my only question for how you use the miscellaneous fees.
They're, like I said, they're not tied to permits or cases at all.
Mm-hmm.
So there's no relationship from the miscellaneous fee drop down to any of our permits or any of our plan cases.
Okay.
They're standalone fees that the city collects for, like somebody comes into my office and wants copies of something, then I run copies for them, and it's like whatever the going rate is, 10 cents or 13 cents per copy.
Mm-hmm.
Then I enter it in under the miscellaneous fees, copies, how many copies I get, I take in the cash or the credit card or whatever, however they want to pay, and then I generate a receipt from EnerGov. It could be a notice of non-compliance where they have to pay a site fee, or not a site fee, a compliance fee before they can record their notice and order. I mean, those potentially could be case related, but copies of codes or witness fees or other miscellaneous fees like that aren't tied to specific cases or permits, we'd have to have a way to take those in or come up with a new way.
Okay, so this is how you would do it. For the way I've seen it so far is you'd have to go to manage invoice, and you just hit new, like a new invoice. You're creating a new invoice for that person. And then in this miscellaneous fees, you just hit add, and I don't have any to add currently, but you just search, and you would search for the one click, and you would add, so let's say it's 8 copies of something, you could put 8, and it would charge, calculate by that. And then it would have, multiple payments, as well as, and you would add the billing person on there, onto the thing, just so they get billed to it. Like you have a record of who's getting billed.
Okay, and then a question on this, because we would just need to get you the list of fees and the miscellaneous drop down, but do we have the ability to go in and edit these fees too? Because currently,
yes, you have. Yeah, you can go in and edit the fees. Yes, you'd have to, go in and configure the fees. But when you say edit the fees, what do you mean by, like, from here? If you're adding the fees, you're saying?
Yes. So like, let's say when we generate an invoice, or we can go in and edit fees, like if it calculated wrong or something, and we just want to go in and change the amount because we noticed that it calculated wrong. Do we have that ability in this? Yes.
Yes, you have the ability. You can also void things. You can do all that from the invoice screen. You can do that.
Okay, and then will it let us search for payment on a specific date, or do you have to search by the invoice number?
So you can choice by the invoice. Let me see. So you can search, date from, due date from, invoice status. Let me say paid in full. Let's see what happens. So you're asking when they paid it correctly. It wouldn't be from this screen, I don't believe. It might have to be from. I'm gonna have to see on that one. Just try to searching for that invoice from the specific date. Let me see. See if I can find it this way.
I'm just asking because the functionality we have currently on the desktop, the cashier module, is really limited, and it's doesn't allow us to do a lot of stuff in there. So I'm just curious what we have in this new version going forward.
Okay. So within this, so this is the search the invoices. This might be similar to what you have now. You can search, the debit account as well as the credit account GL numbers, as well as who created it, invoice company. You can do all that information, but the created date is when I guess you can do that within a range, and then the due dates. But I don't see where you can when they paid it. That's my only thing. And that might be when it was closed out, and I don't see that. I do apologize. It is pretty limited within this, it looks like, as well, for that functionality until maybe until I can find it.
Well, that's fine. I was just curious if it was going to be easier searching for invoices that are non-case or permit specific.
Let me see. You could do transaction dates when that happens. Would that work or no? If you did transaction dates for it to fall within a certain date range.
Yeah, that would work if we had that ability to search that way.
Okay. So yeah, you can search by the other payment ways. So instead of just looking at the invoices, you just click over here and click payments and go by the transaction date. Or you can there's a thing called transaction group. So let's say, I'm assuming this can be used like, within a project, being able to track all that information together. But yeah, you can do that as well from here. Kurt, I got some notes from you.
Yes. I'm sorry, what?
I'm just seeing the chat window from you. That's the reason why.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was responding to a private message from Annmarie regarding something else, and I wasn't keeping it private.
That's fine.
No. Okay, so
very confusing. Sorry.
okay, so Jason, you'll get the answer about the cash receipt that gets generated currently and how it's going to function moving forward. And then that'll help Jennifer and I know how it's going to work with communicating with Aggresso at the end of the day when we take that stuff down there or even send it electronically.
Understandably, making sure everything gets balanced correctly from the treasury into all the accounts. Right? That's how it works with the balancing of those cash receipts. That's how you guys use to balance everything at the end of the day, making sure the treasury has everything.
Yeah, we balance first in our offices, and then once it's balanced, we take it down, and then that cash receipt number is used and entered into Aggresso. If I'm understanding that correctly, Jennifer?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I can get that answer from Andrew Plonsky, because he's the one who would have that and would actually know that, since he's the one actually working on the Aggresso. What is it? The Aggresso flat, not flat rate. I forget what it's called. The flat export. Making sure that's enabling it for you guys to use. So I know he's working with that with the development team, trying to make sure that works for you guys.
And when is the next meeting that you have in regards to that?
I don't have any planned meetings. I can send him an email right away from here, and I can add Jennifer to it as well as Kurt, and I can add you, Annmarie. That way we get some straight answers right away. That's helpful.
That'd be great.
It's just an ongoing thing. They have the information they need right now, so we don't have any subsequent meetings planned.
Got it. Okay. All right. If I could just maybe be included going forward, just so I can answer any questions on how we're currently doing it in desktop, that would be great.
You betcha.
No, that's not a problem.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. That's fine. That's no worries. I'll make sure Andrew gets that information. That way we can move forward, and he can answer that, since he's more knowledgeable on the cashiering side of EnerGov completely, since he's been with, I think, the company for 6, maybe 7 years now, maybe 8.
And just so I understand, that's regarding the significance of the cash receipt number, right? For for
Yes.
how we're going to be
Yes,
able to keep
yeah.
that functionality in place. I'm trying to record my own notes for that action item.
Yes.
Thank you.
Is there anything other than that that we really wanted to cover in this? I mean, I know since I saw that document, how many? I know I guess we talked about in that meeting, I guess on Thursday of last week, about how many reports are needed from the cashiering module. I just want to make sure we have all that information. That's all in SharePoint, correct, Kurt?
It should be, and if not, what we'll do is we'll get you the 2 receipts that everybody uses across the board, because we all use the same reports. We don't have different ones. So we can get those to you by midweek.
Okay, that's not a worry at all. Then okay, that sounds fine. Thank you. Is there anything else I'm missing that we should be talking about with this? Jennifer, do you have anything that you want to discuss from this? I just want to make sure we cover all the different key points of this.
Yeah, no, I'm enjoying hearing the communications, and I really would like Annmarie included on the further meetings with Andrew to get the Gresso link working.
Okay.
Will do.
All right.
I think I'm good, Jason. I
right,
think I'm
awesome.
good. I'm looking at, I think this can work for us once we get clarification. So hopefully it's an easy fix.
Awesome.
I'm going to
That way
take
I
back
can get that up and running.
I'll take back the screen real quick and just show you I recorded 2 action items. One, what is the significance of cash receipts number? And Jason will ask Andrew P about that. And the other one was that Annmarie will provide Jason with the sample receipts. Is that right?
Correct. That's right.
Very good. Is that all we need then for this session?
I'm good.
All right.
Do you want to go straight into the other session, Annmarie, or no?
Sure, we can.
I think it's with you and Merritt. Am I correct on that?
Yes, we can absolutely do that.
Oh, very good. Wow. Let me make sure.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jennifer.
Let me just double check that there's nobody else in there because I think it's the same link, but let me make sure. Hold on. That's the hazmat, right?
Yes.
Well, there's more people in that one, but is it the same link? Hold on. But there's more people in that one, so we might want to wait because they won't be able. Just check. Let me make sure. There's Alex, Heidi. Alex and Heidi are also invited to that.
Okay.
Merritt, do they need to be here for that?
So are we ready to look at the hazmat, the permit module?
Well, I think
I know
Jason
Jason would make changes on it.
I think Jason.
I wasn't able to make the changes. I apologize. Let me see if I can do something really quick to it though.
I think that's what the meeting was for, wasn't it?
I thought it was just in case everything you had on there, or it was all the work classes we needed for it. For the ASTs and USTs, making sure we had all the information we needed for moving forward.
And we can wait till later if we have to, if Heidi and Alex aren't available.
Yeah, I'm not sure if Alex has all his hazmat stuff at home because he's not working in the office today.
That's fine. We can push that, and I can just come up with a simple thing of just a quick thing I can send to you guys. That way you guys can look at what I make changes to. So if we don't want to have that meeting, that's fine. I just want to make sure.
Yeah, and I'll reach out to Alex.
Okay.
So shall we cancel that in favor of Merritt? Maybe tell me when you're ready to have that meeting, when Alex is ready to have that meeting?
Absolutely. Mm-hmm.
It's that and also me too. It's a combination of both me and Merritt, just making sure we have everything we need moving forward for the AST and the USTs. Okay,
then I'm going to add an action item for myself for the hazmat meeting. I'll just when that comes up, I'll just ask you both, are you ready? Or maybe tell me when you're ready. And when you both tell me you're ready, then we'll schedule that meeting.
Perfect.
Is that okay?
That works.
All right, and I'll have it in there so at least I touch it this week again. Are we good then for that and hazmat? I'm going to go ahead and drop the hazmat meeting. I'll cancel it. I'll put a little note in there for Alex and Heidi so they understand what we're doing. That'll pop off the calendar.
Okay.
And Annmarie, if you can hang on the line for just a second, I might be able to help you get into your email.
I can, Kurt, that'd be great.
You're welcome. Oh, no problem. All right, so Jason and Merritt, thank you very much. Annmarie and I I'm gonna put on my IT troubleshooting hat. Look at me.
No, that's fine. Did you
Right.
see my email to you about the? I know it was right before this meeting started. It was about the SharePoint, the new tracker.
Oh, no, I didn't see that email yet. Sorry.
That's fine. Just let me know, what you feel about what answer me whenever you can. That's fine.
Oh,
No big
okay,
deal.
will do. I'll take a look at that when this is done.
But all right, thank you guys so much.
Thank you, Jason, and I want to thank you again for last week. Everything, you was a really terrific.
Yeah, thank you.
Series.
Yeah, it was, Jason. Thank you. I felt like we accomplished a lot on Monday and Tuesday.
No problem. I'm glad everything, we did the most we can, with the circumstances. So, but yeah, I'm glad we got a lot of, work done. I'm glad
And
about
Jason,
that.
as our encore tomorrow, we have our Total Tyler demo, right?
We do?
Yep, that's from tomorrow from 8 to 12. I think that's your standard show. That's your standard show.
Okay. I didn't know. Okay. I forgot all about that, but okay.
Let me make sure see if you're
I do
in.
apologize.
Oh no, this was before the main event. This was.
Yeah, I didn't know if that was getting canceled as well, Kurt.
I think
I was confused on Friday about that.
Oh, okay. Sorry. That's still on the books. That's going to be more of the general overview for anybody that needs it.
And
It's
how many hours am I booked for that?
8 to 12.
4 hours seems like a lot, if I'm being honest with you.
Yeah.
But
okay. Well, how much time?
We'll see. I know we have a meeting later today. I mean, we can talk about it then as well. With am I wrong about that?
That's not a good meeting for us to talk about it. That's going to be with the steering committee.
Okay.
So.
Okay. All right. That's fine.
So just curious, it would be similar to what you did on Monday, Jason. Is that what I'm thinking? And just kind of like a basic overview?
I'm assuming so, as well as I guess showing. I mean, that's all. I'll ask Jason, Kim, and everyone else. I just want to make sure I have plenty of things to talk about. I mean, do I delve into Total Tyler and IG Inspect because I've already done that before for the stakeholders, so that's the reason why. I don't want to show them what they've already seen. I don't know.
This may not be necessary. Frankly, this meeting tomorrow was on the books before the UAT training, and you did pretty good, 3/4 of a day coverage. Was that basically the same thing you would do on tomorrow? Would you wind up doing the same thing again?
Yes, I'd be doing the same thing again.
Maybe
I don't know who'd be for.
Yeah, maybe I can cancel it. The only worry I would have is anybody that didn't attend, but I did record the first event, so I can always. I'm going to do that. How about that? I'll have to clear it with Louis first, but I'm going to cancel tomorrow's event and refer people to the hyperlink. Realizing that basically it's the same material.
Well, that and also all the other ones talking about, let's see, IG Inspect and e-reviews. They can all watch those as well. That's all the other information, combining it together.
You're right. I'd be happy to save the hours. So, the billable hours. Yeah, you're right. Let me just clear it with Louis, and then I'll let you know, and we're going to drop it off, probably most likely.
All right, that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. Please let me know, and I can I'll talk to Jason Kim once we get a clarification on that, and we can move forward.
Okay, very good. I'm going to work on that right away this morning, so we get that off the books, or not, sooner than later, and let you know what's happening.
All right, thank you, Kurt. Thank you, Annmarie. Thank you, Merritt. And I don't believe Jennifer's still on the line, but
Thank you, Jason.
Right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'll give you some notice here when I start changing things, Merritt, as well as Annmarie, when I start making these configuration changes.
Okay. Sounds great.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
So Annmarie, are you on the computer that you would normally use to get your email?
I am, but my concern is, Kurt, is that I don't want any city programs on my personal computer. So if it's web-based, like these meetings,
Mhm.
I'm happy to log in that way.
web.
I just don't want to,
It's all through a browser.
Okay, good.
Can I give you
Perfect.
control of the screen so I can watch what you're doing?
You can.
All right, here we go.
So do I need to be in my email? Is that it? Or did you send me something?
I sent you an email with a hyperlink, but I can just type it into you. So you have control. I should be able to see your screen now.
Can you see it? Can you see it?
I think maybe. Can you go to a browser? Any browser?
I just went into my email. Do you see that?
I don't see it. Let's see.
All right. I gotta see.
You have to accept I sent you I made you the presenter.
Yeah, I'm looking. Oh, here we go. I had to click on it. Okay. Now do you see me moving?
There we go. Yeah, I see myself. There we go. So
Okay.
you're in a browser, right? You're in
I will get to
Gmail.
it. Okay, I'll get into this one. Okay.
Looked like you were in the place that you needed to be. So you were in Gmail.
Oh, yes. I can
you're
go
in
back
Gmail.
into that.
Gmail. That's not the place you want to be. Okay.
Okay.
Go to open up a new tab. Type in the following in the search of about login. There it is, the first one at the top, microsoftonline.com.
Okay.
You've been there before, I think.
I might have. I'm not sure.
Yeah, it knows about you. And then go to Office Online.
Okay.
That's funny how it did it differently for you. You know what? It did it differently for you. I don't like the way it did that. Hold on, before you do that, I don't like the way it did that. Go back up to the search bar.
Okay.
Yep. There you go. Yeah, there you go. I said search bar. That thing with that whole URL. Just
Okay.
double click in there. It should highlight the whole thing.
Damn it.
There you go.
Okay.
Okay, good. Now again, type login. Type in there. Get rid of that.
Gosh darn it. Doesn't want to. Let me try this again. Click out.
Isn't that funny how that's working? What browser is this?
Yeah, it doesn't. It's. Let me see what I'm in. Let's see. Let me try it again. Clean one. Okay. So log in.
Yep. .microsoftonline.com. We're not going to click on anything this time. This is the front door to Microsoft on the web.
Okay.
That's
Okay.
From here. If you can bookmark this page, this would be helpful. Then you can always come back here.
Okay.
So I'm going to linger on this page for just a second. I just want you to remember Microsoft, through all of its various products, all of its services, everything has one front door into the whole system, and you're at that front door. Basically, whatever credentials you have, it should be able to figure out who you are and route you to the right place. So the city of Ventura, we have our own little virtual space in the Microsoft cloud. If you type in your email and password here, it will take you there. So type in your
So just as I would log, so is it ca.ventura.us. Whatever.
It's whatever you use to log into your workstation.
Okay, so this is where I get confused because sometimes, so just the Forney is what I typically just log in with.
So try. How about try City of Ventura? That's City of Ventura.
City.
.ca.gov. Let's try that. I know this is very confusing. I get it wrong too.
But sometimes it wants ci.ventura.
I know.
All right.
Now you just do your workstation password.
Okay. So this is what I get all the time.
So what that means is that so you've tried before, and
well, from work I tried to go when I was sitting at someone else's desk.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It doesn't matter where you do it. If you knock at the door a few times and you get the secret password wrong, it'll lock you out. And that's what's happened.
All right.
So they're going to send you a verification code to your phone, but I really doubt that it's set up to have
Right.
set up correctly.
Right.
I think it's probably going to go to your desk phone or some admin phone. So really, unfortunately, that means again you'll need someone from the city side to help you out with this.
Okay. All right. So I'll see if I can send in another ticket or something.
Yeah. But
all right, but I appreciate your help.
Sure, but once this is set up, you open the door to everything. Like all my SharePoint, I can do all of my work just by logging in there. Everything's there. My calendar, my email, all my SharePoint, all my documents, it's all there.
Okay, so this is key, and it'll be Intrico to get me this taken care of so that I can do it through the web. Yeah,
yes.
Perfect.
Yes, this is.
Okay.
I would make this your #1 priority to get this resolved. Just go ahead and take a screenshot of that and send that in with your, if you can, send that in with your health ticket, and they should understand what that means.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much, Kurt.
You're very welcome. I'm sorry I'm not able to do that myself.
Oh, no worries. No
I don't
worries.
have the skills or
okay. Have a good rest of your day.
Thank you. Talk to you later.
Okay. Bye.
Bye-bye.